Hi guys, Kara here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are doing a deep dive into hormones. Yep, hormones.
She's the hormone whisperer.
So many of us have probably spoken about our hormones before, like I'm hormonal or my hormones are out of whack. I know that my fiance has had to deal with my hormones before. But did you know that hormones actually affect basically everything inside of your body? Literally, they can affect your weight, your mood, your mental clarity, your sleep, your skin, everything. They're so powerful. I'm a huge believer that what and how we eat impacts everything about us, right? Like the foods that we put into our bodies play a direct correlation into how we feel. And so back in 2017, I read a book, Woman Code, and you can see like from how bent up and well read it is that it's been like a Bible. So it took me on this whole journey of understanding the systems of my body, how they all interconnect and play with each other. It sent me on a huge journey of learning how to balance everything inside of my body. So the most amazing thing about our bodies is that they're always working to serve and protect us. So if something is wrong, it generally means that there is an imbalance of some kind. So on today's video, I wanted to give you what I eat in a day to create a little bit of hormonal balance and anti-inflammation in my body. Recently, I got an IUD out. We're gonna do a whole other video about that. It was the worst thing I've ever done. I'm so anti-birth control because of the disruption of hormones that it does. When I got that IUD out, my hormones went crazy. So I've been on a kick of really leaning into a hormonal balancing diet and looking at foods that reduce inflammation, that make you feel really good, that stabilize your digestion, all of that. So today we're gonna look at what I eat in a day to balance my hormones. If you are feeling like really uncomfortable in your skin and uncomfortable in your body, that's not normal. That's not how it's meant to be. At the end of the day, I want to feel really good, and I want you to feel really good, and I want you to be empowered to eat things that make you feel really good and live a life that you feel super connected to. So if you don't feel that, number one, I would totally suggest getting a hormonal panel done. When you do that, you get to look at all of your hormones and if they are actually out of balance. And that just empowers you to have the data of what's actually going on inside of your body. And now we're living in a time where there's so much accessibility to that. You can order an online kit from Everlywell, is a great company that does this. And you can order a kit where they'll do a full hormonal panel for you, just so you can have the tools to really understand the balance in your own body. All right, let's get into what I eat in a day to balance my hormones. Let's start with the morning. What I do is I wake up and immediately, you guys, I drink a huge mug of hot lemon water. Drinking hot lemon water wakes up your kidneys. It is super invigorating with all of the citrus. It's a delicious way to start your morning. I generally give up caffeine when I'm balancing hormones, which I know is so hard for so many of us because we're obsessed and I love coffee. But if you are someone who feels hormonally imbalanced, caffeine can be a total instigator of ruining your cortisol levels, which can affect every other part of your hormonal system. So it's an easy one, not super easy, but kind of easy to give up. Replace it with lemon water. It'll make you feel super great. On to breakfast. For breakfast, I like to eat breakfast within 90 minutes of waking up. What that does is it helps stabilize your blood sugar and it just gets your metabolism started for the day. I know there's been a ton of fad culture talking about intermittent fasting and how it's super great for you. And there are a ton of studies that are showing that it is really good in some ways. But what they're finding is that with women who are what we call perimenopausal, which means pre-menopause, intermittent fasting can actually totally disrupt your blood sugar levels and your insulin resistance. So maybe just pay attention to the way you feel. If you are someone who's skipping breakfast and trying to do that intermittent fasting, are you actually feeling really good? I know that I need to wake up and I need to eat breakfast. This is one of my favorite go-to breakfasts when I'm hormonally balancing. It is a vegan yogurt made out of cashews. So this way I'm getting my prebiotics and my probiotics in the morning. Then I love to chop up a bunch of berries, which are packed full of vitamin C and so good for you. Next, you guys, Flaxseed Meal. This stuff is the best thing that I have found for your digestive system. It has made me regular in all of the ways, and it is packed full of omega-3s and healthy fats, and it's delicious too. Then I add a big scoop of almond butter or cashew butter or another nut butter just to get those healthy fats in the morning and keep me really sustained throughout the day. Later in the morning, I like to treat myself to an adaptogen cacao drink, which, you guys, is so good. This one is by Four Sigmatic, and adaptogens are known to reduce stressors in the body, and they are absolutely phenomenal for your adrenal system. On to lunch, greens, 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 greens. We could not eat enough greens in a day. They're so good for you. Everyone has told you that they're phenomenal for you. Eating a lot of greens can actually help normalize your estrogen and progesterone levels. So for lunch, in this bowl, I add a bunch of mixed greens. Then I add in brown rice, which is full of B vitamins that help the liver metabolize hormones. Then I like to add sweet potato, which is a root vegetable that helps balance blood sugar through fiber. Obviously, avocado, it's one of my favorite things and full of healthy fats. Then I add in nutritional yeast, which has proteins and vitamins and antioxidants and things that are just so, so good for you. And then lastly, my dressing is a Primal Kitchens lemon turmeric dressing. And you guys, Primal Kitchens is one of my favorite brands. They are gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. Most things are made with avocado oil, and they are all so, so delicious. If you're someone who gets hungry in the middle of the day like me and you need a snack, I like to have healthy snacks on hand. These ones are really great for you. Walnuts are awesome for your skin. They have a ton of healthy fat and fiber and minerals. I personally am obsessed with seaweed snacks. I really like the wasabi kind. You could do the regular or the wasabi. Seaweed is great for your thyroid function, and it's salty and kind of tastes like a chip. Another option for a snack is an apple and some coconut butter, or maybe another kind of nut butter. Apples are really good for your gut and your gut bacteria, and they're known to be really great for your heart. Okay, so generally when I'm hormonally balancing, I'm not drinking, which makes me sad because I love wine. But I like to make a little 5 p.m. mocktail with a green juice. So this is my go-to little mocktail from Organifi. It's this amazing superfood powder that is packed with coconut and ashwagandha, and I usually mix it with a little bit of sparkling water, and then I add a huge slice of lemon to kind of make it feel like a cocktail and it gets all bubbly and delicious and good. And it's not a glass of wine, but it is something fun. Dinner time. I like to keep it super simple. I don't want to spend a ton of time in the kitchen. What I like to do with this recipe is take a can of beans. I'm using white beans, you could use chickpeas, and I mix them with garlic and lemon and a ton of parsley and other herbs that you have on hand. Mix that all up, and then I serve that with a side of really delicious garlicky sauteed spinach. Spinach is super amazing for your thyroid and liver, and with your white beans you're getting folate and magnesium and vitamin B. So it's this really delicious dinner. If you're craving more protein in the day, add a really good piece of wild salmon or another fish, or if you have a hormone-free meat that you love, you can totally add that in. That is what I eat in a day when I am trying to balance my hormones and just get some inflammation out of my body. All of these foods that I listed today are super easy to find, super easy to cook, super easy to make, and will leave you feeling so, so good. And that is what I want for you. You are meant to feel good and at home in your body. So over the next couple weeks, I'll be doing some more videos about hormone health and just how we can create a menu around the cycle of our bodies and the phases that we're in. If you're interested, I would love for you to join, so be sure to check those out. If you liked this video, make sure you heart it and leave me a comment. I'd love to know if you've gone through a hormonal journey or what that's looked like for you, or any resources that you love about hormone health. Would love to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed, do it. Totally do it. Lots of fun videos here to learn how to live in whole health. All right, I'll see you guys soon.